Then now you can just make a host to Umar.
Yeah, Omar, continue. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Just Omar, just you will be doing a summarize like for the last class, just a recap from the last class.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah.
Oh. So, are you able to see my screen, guys? The paint screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, I can see. Sir, I have a doubt in my Eclipse. There is no installation of XML. When I try a Eclipse and start to doing a XML install, there's not working.
XML.
Then, yeah, sir.
You want to install XML
Can
in
I
Eclipse?
yes, sir. Share my screen, sir. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, sure. I'll make you the host to share the screen.
Okay.
So what is the doubt, like, Shabana, if if this
XML
is
is
like
not installed
it's
in my Eclipse, sir. These are the basic issues.
what do you want to install in Eclipse?
Sir, XML, na, sir.
XML?
Including
XML,
work.
you're saying XML?
Yes, sir.
Why do you need XML?
Marvin, to doing a Marvin, sir, it's a XML is need to work here.
For Maven, you are saying for Maven?
Yeah, right, sir. Marvin, sorry.
No, that's like out of scope now. We will continue with the session. I'll talk to you offline. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Let's focus on the core Java. What Omar is. That was ad hoc class. We'll take it offline. Okay. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Please make me the host back. Shabana.
Yes, sir.
I have made you the host. Please make me the host back.
I'll do it. Or
Okay.
no, I think I can't do it. Shavana has to do. Shavana, can you please right click on Umar and make him host?
Okay.
Just right click on the participant, Umar, and then make him host. Yeah.
You see the 3 dots. Just
Yes,
right
sir.
click.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just wait.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, done.
So today we
Just take a quick recap on previous class, and then jump
uh,
into this.
the recap for previous class. So guys, I hope you have understood if else.
Yes, sir.
I saw the assignments of Shabana and Amir, and most of the answers, in fact, all are correct for both of these students. I didn't get the assignments of the other 3 candidates. Okay, so nested if else, switch case. Is this all understood? Anyone having any queries or concerns with these topics?
No, sir.
All good?
So, yeah, all good.
Okay, so now should we go ahead?
So Umar, this is Jahid. So Sabana has faced some runtime issues. You can take it later also, or Sartaj or Senavan, they can take.
Yeah, that we will cover in special, Q&A session.
Our
Sir,
Q&A session.
can you just quick a recap on switch just for in a second or in a minute?
Switch, the one we had taken about, that pipeline we had done. And this pipeline is connected to an overhead tank. Okay. And then this pipe has taps over here. Okay, so it has taps over here. So I can increase the number of taps I want depending on the length of the pipe. Okay. And if I put a gold ring over here, okay, if I put a gold ring over here, it can come out of any of the tabs, right?
Right.
And if then at the last I put a
You or just
I put a
give
bucket.
of mosque and ablution.
So if I put a bucket over here, so either this gold ring will come out from any of the tabs, and if it doesn't come from the tab, it will go in the bucket, right?
Right.
So these are your cases. So we can have, as per our business logic, we can have the case design. So it will go in either of the case, and if it doesn't go in either of the case, it will go in the default, right?
Right. I got it, sir.
Got it?
Got it.
Oh, fine. You do you want me to show the code?
No, no, sir. It's fine.
Okay. So let's start with looping now. Okay. So it's also called as iteration. We call it in our day-to-day language as loops. Okay. So understand this concept will be very widely used in your programming career. Iterations.
Yes, sir.
Very widely used. You cannot imagine a programmer who is not comfortable with loops. Okay. And it's very easy. If you understand the core concept of programming, loops will be very easy to understand. Okay. So if it is
Words
used in
are
your...
same
Yes, ma'am.
meaning. Both words are same meaning. Iterations or loops both are same.
Yeah, also known as. Iteration, also known as loops. Okay. Okay, so think of it like this. If I want to display my company name once, what will I do? I'll do SOP and
Simply
display
that.
it once, right?
Yes, sir.
But if the assignment is display it 5 times, what will you do? So there's a donkey work, there's a smart work. Okay.
Yes.
So there are 2 approaches to solving. One is the donkey work logic and one is the smart work. So if I use donkey work over here, it will be, sir, just write this statement 5 times. Copy this and paste it 5 times, you get the job done. Okay. Now why I call it donkey work is, for 5 times it is okay. What if I tell write 500 times? Then copying and pasting this 500 times is donkey work, right? So is there any smart work? So as I am repeating this instruction again and again, how many times? This is single time, right? And this is multiple times.
Yes.
The same task is done multiple times, right? So we put such a task in a loop. So loop will, you play a song on loop. So if you are traveling by air and you put your headphone or your AirPods on and you start playing a song, or you start playing a surah, let's say, and that surah keeps on looping, means what?
So it will continue and then again
Again and again.
It will stop, then again continue, stop, continue, stop, continue, stop, continue, right? It will go in a loop.
Right.
So that similar concept is of the programming loop also. But one variance we can have over here is, I can in every iteration print something new. In every iteration I can print the same thing, or I can add some variance to it. Let's say at every iteration I add a integer after the SCS. After every iteration I want to say SCS1,
SCS2,
SCS2, SCS3, SCS4, SCS5. This also I can do. So after every iteration, I can add some integers or something else to the code also. So how we do that? Let me first take a very naive and very simple example of our academic life. Okay. So we've all gone through school age. So if the timetable has been put up on the board, okay, and this is the order of the subjects, date, okay, so let's say on the 1st of August, you have normally you would always start with the language first. Second, let's say secondary language. Farooq might be knowing this. And then you had your mathematics, and then you had your science, okay, and then let's say you have your social studies. Okay, so a timetable has been put up, and this is the date, and this is the subject. Okay, so they made 2 columns, date and subject. So this date, this subject. Make sense? So
This
far,
is
so good. Okay.
Date or serial number?
Date. Okay, so I should have put over here the month also you're trying to say. Okay,
All right, sir.
this date has been put up. So let's say the exam timings are from 11 to 2. Okay, timing also they have put. So the notice contains everything. Time 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay. So let's say on the 1st of August, you have a habit of going to school early. Let's say your public transport would drop you by 7 a.m. So by 7 a.m. you would reach home, and your exam would start at what time? So how many hours?
11.
How many hours you would still have for preparation on the last day?
4 hours.
4 hours. Okay. So when you would pack your bag for that day, let's say now it is 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. you are at home and you're packing your bag. So which subject notes would you put in the bag?
English.
Very good. Now just be with me, okay? Okay, if you had some previous year's question papers, put which subject papers would you put in the bag?
So the English, the first one.
Yeah. And if your class teacher had given some importance question bank, we call it as a question bank over here. If she had given some importance questions, what would you put in the bag?
Question bank.
Which subject's question bank?
English.
English. And someone who has not studied at all, he's enjoyed the entire semester, loafing around, roaming around, and then he had, people copy what do you call them? We could call them as cheats, just to copy in the exam. So they would make a reduction, a Xerox
Reduction.
copy of the textbook,
Yes,
and they would
reduction.
carry
Reductions.
some illegal material. So which subject would you prepare that? If someone would adopt that means.
English,
So
sir.
called as cheats. Of which subject would you carry that?
English.
English, right? So on
Yes.
the 7th, he reaches on the 7th in his bag. If he opens the bag, notes will be of English, question papers will be of English, previous year's question bank will be of English, and if he has not done the hard work and he wants to take a shortcut for success, and
Reduction.
he carries the
It's-
reduction, will be of which subject?
English.
English.
English, right? Okay. Now, this was on which date?
1st of August.
This was on 1st of August, right?
1st
He goes over there. So now we all have heard of Iron Man, right?
Iron Man. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Never
sir.
heard of Iron Man.
Yes, sir.
Avenger. Yes,
So
sir.
Iron Man has a assistant. What is his name? Jarvis?
Jarvis.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's say Iron Man is the one who is going for exam. Okay. And Jarvis is his assistant. So he takes instructions from Jarvis. Okay. So when he wakes up in the morning at 5 a.m., so he asks Jarvis, is there exam today? What does he ask?
Is there exam?
Is there any exam today?
So what will Jarvis reply on the first? True or false?
Yes. True.
Okay, so I'll not make it cluttered. Let me clean up this space. Let me clean up this space. Okay. So this much. So let's shift this over here. Okay. Let's shift the examination over here. So so he wakes up on the 1st of August in the morning. What time does he wake up?
5.
5 a.m. Okay. What is the question he will ask Jarvis?
Is there exam
Is
today?
there any exam today?
This will be the question. Okay. Is
Yes,
the
sir.
exam today? So on first, what will Jarvis tell him?
True.
Yes. True.
Yes.
So from the first, the answer will be true. So he will start packing his bag, right?
Yes.
Right.
So on that date, on the 1st, okay. So when he starts packing his bag, on the 1st of August, which notes, question bank or reduction will he put in the bag?
English.
English, right?
English.
Okay, then he goes to college. Okay, comes home by what time? By 2 p.m. he is home. Okay, goes to sleep. Next day he wakes up, right? Next day the alarm rings and Jarvis
Yes,
is
sir.
a robot, right? He's not a human being. So next
Yes,
day
sir.
he wakes up. What is the date?
2nd.
August.
2
Second
of
August.
August.
So as the date increased,
Mm.
so date has increased by what?
Plus.
By 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
By one.
So what
Yes.
is the question he's asking Jarvis? The same question. Will the question change?
No.
What was the question asked on first?
Is there exam Is there today? exam today?
What is the question asked on second?
Is there
Is
exam
exam
today? Same
Is there
question.
exam today?
What will Jarvis reply?
True.
Yes. So what will he put in the bag? The notes, question papers, question bank and chits of which
Hindi.
subject?
Hindi.
Hindi, right? Because the timetable says over there Hindi. So he will put all of them.
Yes.
Or
All of them coming.
then he exam gets over by 2 p.m. He comes home, he sleeps. Okay.
Split plus.
Next day when he wakes up, what is the time?
5 a.m.
5. No, the date. Sorry. What is the date?
3 August.
August.
3rd August.
What is the question he's asking?
Same question.
What will Jarvis reply?
True.
So Jarvis has been programmed with the timetable, right? Jarvis has been programmed with the timetable. So Jarvis will reply, yes, true. And then which all subjects material will he put in the bag?
Maths.
Maths, right? Makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So if this logic is understood, then next day, okay, if Jarvis's battery die on the 3rd of August, so he's a machine, right? He's a robot. So he operates on batteries. So that night, Jarvis's battery are dead. Okay, so visualize this scenario. An Iron Man, for his intelligence, is fully dependent on Jarvis, right?
Yes.
So now in the real world, what is the date? So Jarvis's battery died at around 10 p.m. in the night. So in the real world, what is the date?
4th of August.
And in Jarvis's
3rd.
Okay, the timer of Jarvis. Okay, the battery did not die. The timer, okay, the clock. The clock, let's say, hung up. So Jarvis has an inbuilt clock. Jarvis's clock, let's say, it broke down. The other features are working, but the clock has broken down on 10 p.m. last night. So now when Iron Man, so what is the date in the real world now?
It's 4th of August.
And what is the date as per Jarvis,
3rd of
3.
August,
right?
10 p.m.
Let's visualize this
Right.
scenario. What has not happened? The increment has not happened. What has not happened?
Increment.
In Jarvis's clock, the date has not incremented. So now when he says, is there exam today, what will Jarvis say?
True.
True. And as per the, so now if he asks Jarvis which subject, what will he tell?
Maths.
Maths, yes. So now, and as he is dependent on Jarvis for the information, he will put the books of maths. Okay. So humans are now are going to rely so much on machines, and AI is booming. So this problem might pop up in the near future, that we were so reliant on the machines, and the machine was helping us and giving us the right data. But out of 1 million, one time there might be an error that the machine might give us a wrong data, right? Possibility
Right.
of yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
Yes.
now he is packing the books again of maths. And now when he goes to the college and sees people have bought science book, that time he will realize that there's a blunder. Then he will go and check, and he will realize that, okay, Jarvis had the clock had broken down, right? Okay, and if he does not
Right.
fix, what will be the date in the real world the next day?
5th.
And what will be the date in Jarvis's clock?
Maths again,
4.
3.
So if he doesn't fix, if he does not realize the error, then it will be 6th in the real world, 7th in the real world, 8th. It might even come September, it might even come December, it might even come 2030, right? But
Right.
Jarvis will say 3rd of August, 3rd of August, 3rd of August, 3rd of August, right? Have you all
Right.
seen
Right.
such memes or such, in the movies they show that there's a bug creeps into a machine and the machine starts to behave in a very suspicious way. So this is very important. This is very, very, very important. Which part? Which part is very, very, very important? I'm highlighting it in red.
Increment.
The increment part. Which part?
Yeah, increment.
Okay. Now it's all good and the machine has been fixed. Okay. So on the 4th, what question will Iron Man ask?
The same question.
Question won't change, right? Will the question change?
no, sir.
No.
Okay. And before packing his bag, he has to ask this question. And he says yes. And then which subject we have? He says science. So pack everything for science. Okay. And same thing happens on, so the machine increments the value from 4th to 5th also he will ask, he will say true, yeah, we have exam today. He'll pack the bag for social studies. Okay. Now it increments. And now what is the date?
6.
6th. The question is the same.
Right.
So what does Jarvis say?
False.
False. So will he now pack his bag?
No.
Perfect. So he says holiday, right? So
Right.
now we'll stop.
Right.
This looping will stop and will come to a halt, correct?
Correct.
Right.
Got this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's visualize 2 more scenarios as we are in this loop. I'll just give you a brief introduction of 2 very important keywords. Okay. So as the example is running, so we can understand them better. Okay. So continue and break. Okay. So I'll just give you all in this example where we can fit these 2 keywords. Okay. Let's say on the 5th was a weekend. What was on the 5th?
Weekend.
Sunday. It was Sunday. So Sunday he does not ask any question, right?
Right.
I know it's a Sunday, so they historically the school doesn't call you on a Sunday, right?
Right.
So
Right.
on Sunday he will not ask any question, correct? On Sunday he will not pack his bag. Let's say so on the 5th, Jarvis will tell today is Sunday, okay? So Sunday do nothing. On Sunday do what? So if it
No.
was Sunday, then do what?
Holiday.
Skip it. Skip that day.
Okay.
That day will be
Skipped.
skipped. So that is called as continue. So when you
Continue, yes.
one particular iteration, when you skip one,
One
that in
particular.
that iteration don't do anything. That is called as
Yeah.
Continue.
Skip
continue. But still on the next day he will ask, right?
Monday.
So what is skip doing? What is continue doing?
Continuing. Sir, not breaking anything,
Skip.
just continuing.
Skip an iteration. What is
Yes.
continue?
Yeah.
Keep an
Right.
Yes, loop is on.
iteration.
Yeah, skip that iteration. Don't do anything. On that day, don't do anything. Okay. Then what happened? No,
Keyword, sir. Skip is the keyword
no.
as a continue
Skip,
break.
skip is not a keyword. Continue is a keyword.
Okay, just.
This is skip is just you skip
Understand.
that task. On that day, you take a break. It is not a keyword. Okay, so this happened in March 2020, no? So if you all can flash back to March 2020, it was a dreadful year. So people had their exams going on during this time and the pandemic broke in, right?
Right.
And as the pandemic broke in, all colleges came to a standstill, right? Everywhere, all around the globe.
Right.
So let's say if the pandemic was if 4th was that date of the pandemic broke, okay? On that date, the government announced all exams have been cancelled and we will give you marks based on your internal performance, right?
Right.
So will there be any exams going forward after 4th?
No.
That is called break. To prematurely break a loop. The exam was, if everything went normal, they were supposed to get over by the 5th of August, right? But now we are premature. You know what's abort? You know what's abortion?
Right.
It's prematurely terminating. Premature termination, right? So
Right.
if the loop was maturing on 5th of August and it would die its natural death. The loop is dying its natural death on 6th, right or wrong?
Right.
But the loop was forcefully broken due to some condition, due to a pandemic. On which date?
4th.
Means after that the loop will not operate at all. It's aborted. Mission discontinued, right?
Right.
That is called as your break. So to prematurely stop the loop. So did you understand what is the difference between continue and break?
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
What is the difference?
Continue will skip the
It's just
iteration.
skipping one iteration, and the
Yes.
break means to put a halt, complete
Yeah.
stop.
Perfect.
Yes.
So at times people take
Out of the loop.
they take a gap in education. So someone met with an injury and 2023 he was on bed. So he took a gap. That year he did not go to the college. So that was his gap year and he resumed the next year, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So what is this? Continue or break?
Continue.
Continue.
Okay, and someone met with such a big injury that he couldn't take the field after that. He had to
Break.
retire from that
Out
sport.
of
What
the
was
loop.
that?
Break.
Break.
That was break. So his career, he still had 5 to 6 years left in him, but the injury was so fatal he had to declare his retirement. So that is called as
Break.
understood. Okay, now let's break down this, and this we have three very important terms. Okay, so I'll color code them. Okay, this is the first thing. Okay, I'll color code the three important things. So what was this? When was the exam starting?
Date.
First.
1st of
This
August.
was the start date of the exam, right?
Right.
Yes.
So that is the dreadful date. So people, students are like chit-chatting, gossiping in the class, and suddenly the teacher walks in and announces the date. As soon as they see that the start date is very close, the temper of the entire atmosphere of the class changes. So
Right.
what is the green? Yes. Start, right? Is the loop
Yes.
starting?
Yes.
Okay.
Start.
Then what is the red? Red means the condition till when the
Question.
loop will go. So till this condition returns a true, loop will run. Till this condition returns a
Loop will run. Yes.
true means till this condition is true means what?
Sir.
Condition will
Loop will continue.
continue.
Right? Loop will,
Right.
okay. Loop will run. Let's not confuse with continue. Loop will
Run.
till when the condition is,
True.
True.
and when the condition becomes,
False. It will be break.
loop will
Terminated.
stop. Right?
Stop. Yes.
Stop, terminate, whatever you wish.
Yes.
Condition becomes false. Loop will
Terminate.
terminate. Okay.
Yes.
So, and now what is that? You know, we have a vehicle and we have wheels to it. What does the wheel do?
So continue moving or stopping.
It takes the vehicle forward, right?
Right.
Yes.
So what is taking the loop forward? This increment.
Increment.
So I'll
In
put
the
in the
loop.
blue. Okay. So it can be increment or decrement. So if you want to go reverse, you can use decrement. If you want to go forward, you can say
Increment.
increment. So this increment, is it optional or compulsory?
Compulsory.
What if this increment is not there, or if it stops functioning? What happens? It goes
Sir,
into
the
an
loop,
infinite loop.
The loop will repeat. Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll go infinite loop. It will go into a
Infinite loop.
infinite loop, right? So if the timer breaks down, and if it is 5th, 6th, 7th August, it will still say 4th of August, 4th of August, 4th of August. Even if it is 2024, it will say 4th of August. Even if it is 2030, it will say 4th of August, because the timer has broken down. So increment is very, very, very compulsory. Okay.
So, sir, I mean, it will not consider as a break or termination because the loop is not increase. I mean, even if there is no
No,
increment, the
it will
loop will
consume. It will consume the entire computer memory, and then it will break. So
Yes.
whatever 8 GB, 16 GB of RAM you have, that entire will be consumed like a virus, and then it will come to a stop. You know, you
Okay.
see that movie of Spider-Man. So wherein
Yes.
he stops a running train.
Yes.
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 So if Spider-Man doesn't stop that train, and that the brake of the train fails, so whatever will come in its way, it will destroy, right?
Yes.
Right.
And then at one point of time, it will go and it will settle down. But
Yes.
by that time, it would have created a lot of havoc on the way, right?
Right.
So it will, even then it will stop after 1 hour, after 2 hours, after 3 hours, depending on the momentum it has gathered. But by that time, a lot of damage would have been done already, correct?
Right.
So you cannot argue that, sir, even if I don't give the increment, sometime it will stop, but the damage would have been done by then. Right?
Right. Right.
Yeah. And this is a very catastrophic error. So if your senior programmer or your technical lead sees a code in which you have given such, so it is not an error, it is a blunder. There's a very big difference what is error and what is a blunder. So skipping the increment is a, we have minor sins, major sins. So
Yes, sir.
consuming of interest is what? Minor sin, major sin.
Major sin.
Yeah, so increment is a major sin in programming. If you skip the increment, minor sins, I forgot to put a semicolon, I did some typing mistake. Those are all minor sins that can be considered. That the developer will he'll blush and he'll smile that you done a typo over here. Please rectify. But if you do a catastrophic mistake, then you better stay away from him for the next 2-3 hours. So increment is so important. So whatever I've highlighted in this red, green, and blue, and the order is this. This is the order. So first we will do the, let me take a different color ink. Let's take pink. First I'll do this, then I'll do this, and then I will do this. Make sense? Yes,
Yes,
no,
sir.
maybe. Understood so far?
Understood.
Okay.
So
Okay, so this was one slide. Let me take one more slide and then we can go to the actual programming. Because once the concept is digested, no, programming is child's play. Programming is not much of a difference. We've seen people coming from various other domains and successfully making a career in IT. So even if a large IT firm, they go to a college and that college has different aspects of engineering. They have civil engineering, they have mechanical engineering, electronic engineering. So even if they are hiring for an IT company, they will still call for interview all the candidates from these streams also. Now, what has a civil engineer to do with IT? He has to do with building construction, right?
Yes.
He has to play with sand and dust. What is he to do with keyboard and mouse? But they gauge the aptitude of that candidate, how fast learner he is. And once they feel that he is a good learner, they hire a civil engineer to work in an IT company because they know that we can get the job done from him. I all understand what I'm trying to say.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So it's not about that we know programming A to Z and then we'll become a good IT career. It's about your attitude towards programming. So interviewer will just see, can this candidate get the job done? That is his first, what he sees at. Can he get the job done? If I give him a job, can he get it done? He uses Google, he uses ChatGPT, he uses whatever sources. So in that 30 minutes, he gets an idea. Okay, this chap looks sharp and he can do the job. How he will do the job, that is our headache. That is, we will get him, we will train him.
Sir, if let's say instead of using Java, if an person uses .NET,
.NET, C#, yeah.
C#. So I mean, so if he, confirm he done the job by using, instead of Java, he uses .NET, C# and any other language. I mean, will he be considered as a successful candidate?
The answer to this replies in the project which your company has. So if you are joining company A and that company has a project in Java, so in that company, if there is no project of C#, then what will you do? Then you'll have to look for a company which works in C#. Then while interviewing only, you will apply in those companies that have project in C#. Yes, no? So it is not a problem of, it is not a problem of that you know a particular language. You can know, if your basics are sound in any language, it will help you. So if your basics are sound in C#, by basic what I mean, if your if conditions, if your loops, if your strings, arrays, these are your fundamentals. Okay, how to write a function, how to call a function. If these are sound and you have worked on C#, okay, I'm not getting the pound button on my keyboard. Okay, so if you worked on C# and your basics of this are sharp, and if you want to switch, you can easily switch to Java, Python, anyone. Okay, and if these concepts are sound in Java, and down the line your company has a project in Python, and they ask you, are you willing to join a Python team? You can say, yes, I want to join, because your basics are sound. So basic doesn't depend on any programming language. So if you can do your programming basics sound in any of the languages, you can easily switch from one technology to another. Are you getting my point, Farooq?
Sir, I got your point, but
So
my
we are
question
working
was
on the fundamentals using Java syntaxes. 6 months, 1 year down the line, if you feel that my company has a good project in Python and I want to switch over there, as your basics are sound, you can carry this basic to Python, not a problem. So fundamentals are not restricted to any language. They are just like, they are common.
So, sir, I mean, the problem is still there. I mean, they are not looking only for how the job is done, but what the project they have as well.
Yeah, which project your team is working on, which technology. So here in SCS, we have our project which we will be developing in Java. So we are focusing Java as a main programming language, right?
Sure, sure, sir.
So you work with SCS for 6 months, for a year, for 2 years, and then SCS tells you that Farooq, we have a project coming in Python for machine learning or artificial intelligence. Then you will be so confident that you can switch from Python to Java within 2 weeks. Getting?
Okay, so sir, is that that easy? I mean, to
Yeah,
switch.
that is if your fundamentals are strong, then there is no worrying at all. If your programming fundamentals you worked hard, then there is no worrying, and you shouldn't worry at all in switching technologies. So your first priority should be that you strengthen your base so much, then you can switch, not a problem.
All right.
Getting it?
I got your point, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
So now what I'm trying to say is, we'll take one more example. This is a staircase. Okay. So once you understand the concepts, then programming will be just 5-10 minutes job. So this is a staircase I have. Okay. And I have designed a competition for blind people. Okay. Visually impaired people. For them, I've designed a race. Okay. So what I've done is I've kept the trophy on the 5th staircase. So this is staircase number 1, staircase number 2, 3, 4, and 5. And here I have kept the trophy. Okay, let's think this as a trophy. Okay. And the race starts from which step?
1.
Okay, so so this is the blind man. So now this person cannot see, so he will have to feel the trophy, right? So like, how blind men they feel, they put their hand across and check whether something is there or not, right?
Right.
So with his hand, he will try to feel, do I get something over here? Is there a trophy over here? So will he get the trophy or not?
No.
No.
So here,
I plus.
feel for trophy, okay? Feel or sense, whatever you can call it as. So till when will he keep on sensing?
Till 5.
Till he
5.
does not get if the trophy is at 4, then
Till 4.
yeah. So now I have to get 5, right? Sense
Right.
for trophy not found. So now trophy not found, right?
Right.
That means he has to increment.
Yes, sir.
So where will he go now?
2nd.
So he will go to plus 2nd. Okay.
Right, sir. So we have start, then we are incrementing.
No, start and checking for condition.
Right.
Then now again cells and feel for trophy. Is trophy found? Is trophy not found?
Keep incrementing.
Go. Again check. Not found.
Keep incrementing.
Not found.
Increment.
Trophy found.
Yes.
Now what? Will he again go? Staircase are there.
No.
No.
Ladders are still there. Will
Terminate.
he go ahead?
No, sir.
Why won't he go? Because the condition has become false. Condition, trophy not there. It was all true, right? Trophy
Right.
not there, true. Trophy not there, true. Trophy not there, true. Trophy not there, true. Trophy not there, false. Trophy is there.
False.
So you will stop. And then the loop will terminate. Okay.
Right.
Getting this? Okay. Now if I reverse the condition, if I place the trophy on the first staircase. Now where is the old blind man?
Has failed.
Which staircase is the blind man?
5.
Decrement.
5, right?
Right.
So now what is trophy there on 5?
4.
Now
No.
where will he come?
Down. 4.
That is
Decrement.
decrement. That is
Yes, sir.
trophy there.
No.
Trophy there.
No.
So keep decrementing. Trophy there.
No. Keep decrementing.
Trophy
Condition.
there. Stop. Okay. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you know how school kids, they climb the staircase? You know how school kids, they hop on a staircase. They don't climb. So if he is fit and young, so from here, directly will go to here. Correct?
Correct.
So increment is done by how much?
2.
2. So now the old man, the blind man was incrementing by
1.
1, 1, 1, 1. This youngster is incrementing by
2.
2. Okay. And let's say if he's an athlete, Olympic athlete, now from 1 is going to 5. Increment by
4.
4. 4, right?
Right.
Yes.
So as per the data, his next jump will be at what staircase?
At 5.
9. Next jump will be
9.
at
Oh,
9. no?
next. Oh, yes, sir.
9.
Next.
Depending on the pattern, from 1 he has come to 5. So from 5 he will go to
9.
from 9 he will go to
13.
30. So he is incrementing by
4.
4. Okay. So now if the base has been set, now we can start our programming. Okay. So now if I just I'll just keep this paint screen open. Maybe if you all not, I can share it with you all. So now let me simply do a program. The one which is question is display your company
Name.
name 5 times. Okay. This is what we want. So now
SOP.
5. Okay. Okay. Then okay. One more thing I forgot to highlight. The types of loop what we have. Okay. So this is the last thing we'll do. Then we'll do the program. So types of loops. Okay. So the basic loop is your while loop. Basic. Okay.
While loop. Yes.
Then to make it more cleaner and to make it more precise and more to shrink the code, we have a loop called as for loop. Okay.
Yes.
So there is no hard and fast and no compulsion which loop you should follow, but certain scenarios they demand certain type of loop. So some scenarios they demand a while loop, some they demand a for loop. But it's up to your programming experience and your expertise what loop you are using. No, there's no compulsion.
So
So
what is
in
the
the same-
difference? What is the difference between them?
Yeah, I'll show you. I'm just giving the name of the loop. I'll show you the difference. Then the third type of loop is do while loop.
Yes.
Okay. Then there's one more loop. It's called as for each. Okay. So this is a bit advanced. This we will do when we do the topic of arrays. Have you all made your parking lots? I had told her initially that if there's a topic which I have
Yes.
told that I will cover in the future, so please
Yes.
write it down on some piece of paper, maybe the first or the last page of your book, and then you can bring that out of the parking lot once we cover that topic. So when I touch the topic of arrays, I will teach you all which loop
For each.
for each. So at the moment, just make a note of it. That sir had told that he will teach for loop. So if I forget, you all can just remind me. So this was pending. You had told we will do this.
Sure, sir.
Okay. So while loop, do while loop, for loop, and for loop. Yes, miss. Okay. Now while. Now what does the English word, when do we use the English word while? So let's say if I am scared of injections, okay, I don't like to get injected. So I tell the doctor that while I'm sleeping, you can inject me, right? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
while I am sleeping, you can inject me. Okay, so okay, if I give you a call and you say, sir, and I tell you all, while I am driving, don't give me a call. Means what?
Sir, at that particular time when you are driving, you're not supposed to take the call.
Yeah, so if I put a while loop means while this condition is true, do this. Okay. So while the condition is true, do this set of tasks. And once it becomes false, stop it, right? So once
Right.
my driving stops, then
You
you
can
can
call
give me
me.
a call. Once I wake up, then don't inject me. So I had given you a window when to inject me. I had given you a window when to not to call me. Okay.
Right, sir.
So here while means while this condition which we'll put over here is true, then you execute the set of tasks in this parenthesis repeatedly. Okay. And once this condition becomes what?
False.
False. Loop will
Stop. Terminate.
stop. Okay. So we open the sheet parallelly and let's try to dry run this. Okay. So we'll dry run this. So let's start with the while loop first. Once you understand while loop, other loops are self-explanatory. So the headache is to understand while loop. Once this is understood, 98% of looping is understood. Remaining 2% is the for and do while and for each. So in fact, 99% depends on the understanding of your while loop. And once this is thorough, then the other comes in the 1%. Other any loop on the planet, any loop in any language, the latest language of machine learning and data science and AI, all these fancy terms, is just 1% to understand, Farooq. So if your base of while loop is understood and you want to understand the while loop of Python, it is just 1% effort after that, because you invested 99% of your effort understanding while loop of Java.
My
Are you getting
goodness.
it?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so you got to understand the core concepts in any one language. That is your target. So if you are
All
using Java as that language to understand the concept, then very good. Are you getting it? What I'm trying to say?
Perfect.
Where
Yes,
the
sir.
fundamentals help you. And what is the importance of those? So a person whose while loop is clear in Java and his manager tells him, write a while loop in machine learning or data science or AI, he will just Google while loop in Python. That's all. And within a blink of an eye, he will get the logic. Okay, sir, I got the logic. Are you understanding? It's like I teach you to drive one car. It's like I teach you to drive which cars are there in the US? Any generic car, Toyota?
Yes, sir.
I teach you to drive a Toyota, any which model?
Corolla.
Camry?
Yes, sir.
Which one?
Corolla, Camry, both are fine.
Okay, Toyota Corolla. Okay. So now I teach you to drive a Toyota Corolla. And you have mastered that. 99% expertise you have got on driving a Toyota Corolla. Okay. Your boss comes into the office in a BMW next day. And he says, wanna ride, Farooq? You say, yes, sir. I dreamt of driving a BMW. So will you be hesitant or will you be confident?
Confident.
Why confident? Because you are a 99% expert driver of a Toyota Corolla, right? If you had never drove a Toyota Corolla, then would you take the chance of driving your boss's BMW?
No.
No.
Never. Then why have you taken the keys in your hand because since the last 2 years you are comfortably driving a Toyota Corolla. What you will just ask your boss is, okay, sir, can you help me with the gear pattern? No, they have a different gear pattern cars. In India, you have this as your first, then this as your second. That's under the manual cars, okay? Because I'm not a big fan of automated cars. Then this is your third. Then below is your fourth. Okay? This is your reverse. This is your fifth. Yes, no, maybe. Those
Yes,
who drive
sir.
a car can relate with me. So my car's gear pattern was this. So what will you ask your boss? There's this. You don't even have to ask your boss. When you look at that gear, you'll get the patterns over there.
Exactly, sir. You don't need to ask.
You get the pattern over there, written over
Yes,
there. Okay,
sir.
this is 1, this is 2. So I had learned 1, 2. This is 1, 2 like this. My 3 was besides 1 and 4 was besides 2, odd, even. So my odd line was up and even line was down. Here the even line is up and the odd line is down. Okay. That's all changes, transition you have to make. Okay, I had to take a reverse, so I had to put it bottom right, right top was my reverse. Here, right down is my reverse. Yes, no, maybe. Maru,
Yes.
Yes, sir. I got your point.
as relatable as this, if you can understand in a nutshell. So your while loop of Java, if you can master, then you pick up any programming language, will just be syntactical changes. Okay, logic will
All right.
remain the same. So now my task is to print my college name, my office company name 5 times. Okay.
Right.
So now, how many times have I written? 5 times, right?
5.
So let's think of this as your 5 staircase. That is my destination. So what is my destination? Which staircase?
5.
So if I would tell 10 times, then you would increase the staircases, right? So now I
Right.
have to 5 times, so 5 times. So this is my final destination. Make sense? And here am I. On which step?
1.
I'll start from the scratch, right?
Right.
So let's start. So first step is initialization. Okay. Then you take a variable for the loop. So you declare an integer variable because we'll be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the
Integers.
integer. So, and why do we use I most of the time? You will see most developers, they will use I. That logic lies over here. What is the synonym for loop?
Iterations.
Yeah, and this I is this I. Normally they take, you can take any variables. Name starts with F, you can use integer F also. Amir's name starts with A, you can use A also. So normally we use I. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Once you declare the variable, now you got to first start the race. So where are we starting from?
1.
1. So you will say I equal to 1. This is your first step in a loop. That is called as initialization.
Yes.
There are 3 steps you have to follow. Okay. Now, till when will I keep on running? Till my I is what? Less than
5.
equal to 5 or greater than equal to 5?
Sir, we can initialize beginning also, right, sir?
Yes, yes, you
Int
can do that.
I equal to 1.
Yes, yes, you can do that also. You can do declare and initialize together like this.
Yes, sir.
Not a problem. Okay, so we are focusing more on the loops part.
Sir, say it again. What you have done? Integer I equals to I.
You can do this also. Declare and initialize on the same line. Like how
Yes.
I've done 2 lines, right? Line 1 and
Yes.
line 2. 1 line declare, second line initialize, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
I
Amir
got
is
you.
telling we can do it on the same line also.
Yes, sir.
That declaring and initializing.
Initialization.
That also can be done, not a problem. So programming is very flexible. You can do it as per your own choice. So I am a big fan of declaring and then initializing on 2 separate lines. If Amir is a fan of declaring it together, not a problem. That is not much of a problem. Okay. Now, where am I? This is me, right? and this is my destination. Correct. Now, whatever stoppage or the intermediate stops which will come between me and my final destination, are they less or equal? Okay, so I'll just put it over here. Okay, let's put it over here. So I is me, okay, and 5 is my destination. Correct.
Correct.
Now all these intermediate points 2, 3, 4, are they less or greater than my destination? Always compare with your target. Always compare with your target. So if your target is to become a software engineer in 3 months, okay, so whatever you will do, you will keep that in mind. So if you are planning a vacation, you will not plan in this 3 months.
Yes, sir.
Because your eye is on the destination. So you will set everything as per the destination. So 2 compared with the 1 compared with the destination, what is it? Less, great, equal.
Less.
2 compared with the destination.
Less.
3 compared with the destination.
Less.
4 compared with the destination.
Less.
And 5 compared with the destination.
Is
Equal to.
So I will put over here less than or equal. Getting? If I were to climb down, if I was over here, this is me, and I am on step number 5. Okay. And now what is my destination?
5.
Yes.
1.
Okay. So now I would start from where?
Reverse.
1.
Equals to 5.
5.
And now in while, this is me and this is my destination. Correct?
1.
So 5 is 5 with 1.
Five.
What is it?
Greater than.
Eyes.
4 with 1.
Greater.
3 with 1.
Greater.
2 with 1.
Greater.
1 with 1.
Equal to.
What will I say?
Equal to.
Greater
one. Correct.
Getting?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now as I am incrementing, and here I will increment or decrement in the left one.
Increment.
Increment.
I will increment, right? In the left I will increment, and the
Yes.
right I will,
Decrement.
and I want to go on each step 1 plus 2 plus 3. So I will increment by 1. So I will write what? I equal to, or you can say I plus plus. So you can say what? Are you getting this structure, everyone? So this is your structure.
I equal to I plus 1, and what is this less I plus plus? What does it mean, sir?
I plus 1 is increase by 1. It is a shortcut for this. It is a shortcut for this. What is this doing?
I plus 1.
Increment, sir.
Increase the value
Increasing
of I by 1 and store
by
it in
1.
I.
Yes, sir.
So if your I was 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 is your new I.
Yes, correct.
Then
Right,
2 plus
sir.
1, 3. 3
2
is your
plus
new
1.
I.
3. Yes. 4.
So this
Till
is a
the
shortcut.
5.
So this is
Yes,
a
sir.
shortcut for writing this. It is I plus plus.
Yes.
Means you increase by 1. So every year our age increases by,
1.
so age plus plus. So when you increase a thing by 1, it is, you add the plus plus sign to it. Getting it?
Yes,
All right,
sir.
sir. I got it.
And if you want to increase by more than 1, then you use this logic. So if you want to increase by 3, what will you say?
I is equal I plus 2.
Yeah, I equal to I plus 2, I plus 3, whatever you do. Okay. And if someone is more proficient, what will he write? Right? This is the same thing, right? To increment by 2, I plus equal to 2. So let's not confuse you all by giving the options. Let's keep it simple. So I am saying I want to increment by how much? 1, right? Because I want to go to each step. So this is the skeleton of my while loop. So this was my initialization, if you remember. So I'm starting from where?
1.
1. This is my condition. What is my condition?
I is less than or equal to 5.
And this is my increment. I'm incrementing by
1.
okay. So this now skeleton of the loop I have got
Sir, what is the
Now-
last step called? I is equals to I plus 1. What is this?
increment.
Number 1 is the initialization. Second one is condition. And third
Condition.
one?
What is increment? Increment or decrement?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Condition. And this is if you are going up, if you are climbing up, it is increment, right? And if you
Right,
are
sir.
climbing down, so like this over here, I'm from 5. I'm starting from 5. From where am I starting? What is my initialization?
1, 5,
Yes, it's second case. Then I'm
Yes, sir.
going to where?
1,
What is my now? Will I increment or decrement?
decrement.
Okay, so I will say I equal to I minus 1, right? I minus. So this, so the condition, the increment, and it can be increment or decrement. Okay. The purpose of increment and decrement is to take the loops towards its end, right? If I don't give the increment and decrement, it will be like a treadmill that you will run and you will not progress anywhere. Where you had climbed, you will get down at the same place, even though if you have run for 1 hour. So the loop will not progress. It will go in infinite loop. So to take the loop to its end, to its climax, you need to increment or decrement, right? So the sun is rising every day. It is setting every day, right? It is going a loop. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
one day will come that it will go towards its climax, and daily it is progressing towards its climax. And one day a trumpet will be blown. So we are all moving towards the end. So the loop also, so the world, the planet is programmed in such a way that it will terminate one day. Okay, so these rotations and revolutions are taking it closer, 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 closer towards its destruction. So the creator has not created an infinite loop. We as a programmer, we don't create infinite loop. So with limited memory and limited intelligence, so imagine the creator with the infinite intelligence and memory which he possesses, how can he not create something which will not terminate? So this will end one day and we don't know when. So increment and decrement is very necessary, else it will go in infinite loop, right? So when to use increment, when to use decrement. So if you are going from, if you are going in upward direction, if you are going in which direction,
Upward direction.
what will you use?
Plus.
Increment. And if you are going in downward direction, then
Minus.
decrement, right?
Decrement. Yes, sir.
So this is the skeleton of the loop which I have created. Now what is the task we have to perform?
Company name prints 5
So
times.
if I buy a juicer, so if I have a juicer, so this juicer has an input, it has some mechanism inside of some levers which will crush the fruit, whatever, and there will be some nozzle through which the liquid will flow out, correct?
Right.
So this is my juicer. Now if in this juice, if I put apple, if in this juice I put apple, what will happen? What will it give me?
Apple juice.
Apple juice, right?
Yes.
So do I have to buy a separate juicer for apple? Apple juicer.
No.
One juicer will serve all, right? For all fruits?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir. Don't need to buy
If I
a
put
other.
mango fruits, chopped mangoes over here, then what will it give me?
Mango juice.
Mango.
So this juicer is the structure. It is a physical appliance, a device, correct?
Yes.
Whatever task you want it to perform, you can ask it to perform. So if you want to make apple juice, you can ask this appliance to make apple juice for you, correct?
Yes, sir.
And it is the same appliance you want to make mango juice, you will make mango juice. So this is the appliance which I have made. This is the appliance. The while loop is the appliance. Okay. So this appliance I have made, that if you want anything to be done 5 times, you can use this appliance.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
getting it?
Yes, sir.
Now, but what you want to do 5 times? Okay, I want to print my name 5 times. Very good. Then you can come here and do that job over here. Print your name 5 times.
Yes. Correct.
This is the
So
task
Farooq,
you
right
want.
there, you're understanding,
Yes.
Farooq?
Yes, I'm understanding perfectly.
Okay.
If I
Thanks.
want to print my name 5 times, I will just say, I will use this appliance and do the task done. Okay, later on, I want to print my company name 5 times. I will remove this and then ask this user to do this. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, later on, I want to print my favorite cricketer's name 5 times. I remove this, take the same appliance, okay, and whatever cricketer I follow, I will put his name. I want to print my father's name 5 times. What will I do? Take the same juicer, put it over here, and that juicer will do the job for you. Yes, no, maybe. Are you
Yes, sir.
understanding, guys?
Yes, sir.
So loop is just an outer shell. The
Yes.
inner, which is consumable. You know, you've seen walnuts, guys. We call it akhrout over here. So that shell is not consumable. What is consumable? The nut inside, correct? So this is just a shell which I have made. So what you want to get the task done, that is important. So what you want 5 times? The task is, so this is just a skeleton of my while loop. So this can do anything 5 times. Okay, I want to print my dad's name 5 times. Okay, put it over. Yes, no,
Background
maybe.
noise is coming, right? You know why? Yeah, it's fine now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
better.
let's write this code, okay? So let's go to my ID. So I'll make a new fresh project with you all now. In file, new project, go to Java project, it's on top. And let's keep it as heading as loops. Okay, Java 1.8, perfect, finish. And let's go to loops, go to the SRC, okay, make a package if you all want to. So let's make 4 different packages for the 4 loops. So let's go to a package and then make a package for while loop. Okay. Then make a package for loop. So we'll put the code of each one over there. Then make a package of do while loop. And then we'll make a package of which one? Which loop? Okay. Okay, I did I make a class of for each. I should have ideally made a package. Okay, so I go to the source, right click, new, and make a package by the name for each. Okay. Now today I am teaching what while loop. So I go to while loop package, right click, new, and make a class. In a package, you create a class, and I will leave it as while loop. While naming a class, always follow this init cap. W capital, L capital, okay? And finish. In this, I want the main method. If I type main, control space bar, it prompts me, I take this, okay? Now let me print my company's name. So the question will be, this is the comment. So write the question. Display company name 5 times. Okay. So I need to do a task 5 times. I know the skeleton of my loop. I declare a variable, initialize it to 5, initialize it to 1. I will go till 5. So 1 and 5. What are the intermediate stations? 1, 2, 3, 4. What are they? Less than 5. And I also want to go to 5.
Is equal to.
And what I will do is increment by 1. So I say I equal to I plus 1. This is my skeleton of my loop is ready. Now what is the task? Company name. So I will just say over here, sys out and company name. Now if I run this code, okay, it should display my company name 5 times on 5 separate lines. Yes, no, maybe.
So, sir,
Yes, sir.
the company
Understood?
name, I mean, the print command used to be after the while condition.
It's a part of the condition. This is the list of statements which will loop. So this will keep on looping. Okay. So now let's do a dry run of this. So you all see my Excel sheet. Yes, guys. Now do you all
Yes.
see the
Yes,
Excel
sir.
sheet and the code in the background? Only the Excel sheet.
Yes, sir.
You all see both overlap,
Yes.
right? So, okay. So now see, what I'm doing is called as dry run. Okay, you can copy the code from the internet, but you cannot copy the dry run. Dry run is in your mind. Okay, so you can copy the code, but dry run you cannot copy. So you have to understand the dry run. So now, what is the value of I?
1.
1. So I say, so like this, make a column for each variable. So what is the value of I? 1. Okay. So here, what have I written? Remember the logic which I told you, what to write, what to read? What to write and what to read. You write the variable name. What do you write? You write the
SCSC.
variable
Name of
name. And what do
company.
you read? The variable value. Here. What did I write over here? I. What is I?
Variable name.
But what will I read?
Its value.
The variable. So when I say I less than equal to 5, I will write it as I less than equal to 5. What will I read it as? What is the value of I?
Less than equal to 5.
No. Initialize to what?
1.
1.
What is the value of I?
1.
Less than or equals to 5.
No. What is the value of I? This is a condition.
Is
I'm just
1.
saying what is in I.
1.
So I is a
Was
variable.
SCS and
I
increment.
is a variable. I is a variable which will have a value. So my question, this is the name of the variable, this is the value of the variable. My question is, you write this and you read this. Always remember this. This will solve lot of your difficulties. So now my question is, what is in I? What is the value?
1.
1. So when I say I less than equal to 5, what will I read this I as?
1.
Yes, that is what I'm asking. So you will read it as 1. So what will you check? And read the while as is. Read the while as. Read while as. Which keyword? So these are just for your understanding. Read the while as is. So how will you read this line?
Increment.
How will you read this line?
1 is less than and equal to 5
So read the while as is. Read the while as
is
Read the while as which keyword?
Is.
1
Is.
is
So
equal
how will you-
to 5.
So how will you read this line?
Is 1 is equals to less than or equals to
Yes.
5.
Yes, perfect. So you will read it as, so I has 1, right?
Yes. One is.
I
less
has
than
1.
equal
So how
to
will you
five.
read this? Is 1 less than or equal to 5? True or false?
True.
True. So if it returns true, you go inside the loop or you break the loop.
Inside the
Inside
loop.
the loop.
You go inside the loop. And what do you do first? Display what?
Display SCS.
So you display
Print
SC.
company name.
So this is your output. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is the output. What will it display on the screen?
SCS.
SCS.
Yes.
And then what are we
SCS.
doing next?
Increment.
What is the value of I now?
2. I become 2.
So in my I column, it will write 2. Are you seeing this? The Excel sheet parallelly.
Yes.
This is called as dry run. What is this called as? Dry run. This is very, very, very mandatory. You cannot mug up by heart programming languages and mathematics. The student
Yes.
who is doing this is doing a blunder. It is by
Yes,
hearting
sir.
a code. Understand the code, and it is very, very easy. So now what is the value of I? What is the value of I?
Sir, I cannot see the Excel sheet.
Sheet is not on this.
Now?
Yes, we can see.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what is the value of I after this increment?
2.
2. Now the loop finishes. Again, it will go on the top. And what will it read now?
Is 2 is equals to 5. 2 is less than or equals to 5.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So now, can you all see my Excel sheet?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So now, so when it was 1, we checked for this condition. Now, what is the value of I?
2.
So what will you check? Is
2 is less than or equals to
so what will it return?
True.
true.
True. So what will you do when it is true? Inside the loop or outside the loop?
Inside the loop.
Here you had gone inside. Here again you will go inside. And what are we doing inside the loop?
Incremental, sir.
First, what are we doing? First, what are we doing?
Print, sir, one more time.
So you will print one more time. So what will be the output? So you had printed SCS once. Again, you print SCS, correct?
Correct, sir.
And then what are we doing after that?
So now I becomes 3. Increment. I is equals to 2 plus 1.
I becomes 3, right?
Right.
Ataullah, Farooq, you are understanding Mehtab?
Yes.
Yes, sir. I'm getting 100%.
Perfect. Mehtab? Farooq?
Yes, sir. I'm getting.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, sir.
Farooq is correct.
Yes, I'm getting, but
then,
not.
Ataullah?
Yes, I'm getting. Am I not audible?
Perfect. Yeah, you're audible. Okay. Guys, please don't shy and never shy away from raising the alarm. If any iteration, sir, how did this become from 2 to 3? I skipped. Please, can you repeat? I had a phone call to attend, so I missed that part. Please, can you recap for me, please? Please, in the basics, do not shy away. Once we become a little bit expert, then you all can relax. Then I will give you time to relax. But in the initial stages, even if you miss one fraction of the training, stop it over there because you are paying for it. Remember, you are paying for this. So stop it over there, and then please, sir, please can you repeat it for me because I was on the call for the last 30 seconds. So I just missed that. Okay. So instead of me, see, this will, if I start stopping in between and start telling you all, please ask, this will reduce the tempo. This will, the flow of the class gets interrupted. So if I start discussing these things in between. So if as adults, we are not understanding anything and we are paying from our hard-earned money for this. So please take full benefit from that. And in the initial stages, please be proactive. Okay. Shabana and Amir, you all are getting this, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes,
I don't
sir.
want
Yes,
y'all.
sir.
I don't want y'all to be, given step brother treatment. The reason I keep you at the back is because I feel y'all have gone through this, and y'all are just going through a recap phase. This is not something new for you guys. But Farooq, Ataullah, and Mehtab in particular, I would want them to be very vocal. So if they have not understood, please raise the alarm. Like, I'm very impressed with Farooq at least. Farooq is interacting. If he's not understanding, he's telling, sir, please repeat this for me. Ataullah also, I would want him to be a bit more interactive, and same for Mehtab. Okay. So I will consider your silence as understood there.
Yes, sir. At that time, my laptop is not the setup in the practice mode. That's why I'm silent.
So I am assuming a silence as understanding.
Yeah. Is there any doubt? I consult you.
Perfect. This is the attitude I want from every candidate. Sir, I have a doubt. These 5 don't have doubt. I am least concerned. I am here for myself and I am paying for my pocket. So I will ask whatever doubt I have, even if it is silly and even if it is interrupting the class. But I have a doubt, I will clarify. Don't feel shy. Array, this is such a simple question. Sir has explained this 5 times. Now, if I ask, what did the people think about me? Let them think. They will not come to pay your bills. You have to pay it by your own money. So if you are not benefiting from this course, then it is no fun. Okay, and me then interrupting the class in between and explaining this to adults, doesn't suit you all. So we will have our entire energy focus on technical discussion, not on these motivational and inspirational talks. Understood, guys?
Yes.
So let's come back to the drawing room. So now what is the
Yes,
value
sir.
of I?
So now it's become 3.
3. So now it is 3, and again we will go up. It is a loop, right? So how
Right,
will
sir.
you use this line?
Then or equal to 5.
3 is less than or equals to 5.
Perfect. So value read as is. So you will read is 3 less than or equal to 5. So what is the answer?
True.
True. Inside the loop.
Go inside the loop. Okay. So it is true. You go inside the loop. And then what will you print?
Yes.
SCS. And then I becomes?
Back again to the condition.
I
4.
becomes 4, right?
4.
Then again it goes up. You will read is 4 less than equal to 5. It will say true. Then you go again inside. Again print SCS. Okay. And then again you come back. I becomes 5. Is 5 less than or equal to 5?
Equals to 5.
True or false?
False.
True, right?
True.
5 is less than or equal to, even equal to is there, no?
It's equal to.
All right.
So true will go inside and will display SCS. Now is the moment of truth. Now what is the value of I?
6.
6. Now is 6 less than equal to 5?
False.
False. And loop will stop.
Outside. Break.
Will stop and go outside. Go outside the loop. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Is this making sense to everyone?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so if outside the loop, if I have displayed thank you, now what is the output?
Sir, after SCS 5 times displayed, it will just display thank you.
Perfect. Absolutely correct. Beautiful. I did not expect you all to understand this concept at the first attempt. My previous batch experience, I had to spend months with them. But you guys are pretty sharp. At the very first instance, you'll have got when it will display thank you. Getting it? Now, if I just do a small variation, I print this thank you inside the loop. Now,
Both are printing 5 times.
so what will
Print
the
also
output,
5
what will
times.
the output be 5 times?
After every SCS, it will print thank you.
Perfect. Absolutely correct. This will be the output. Correct?
Correct.
If I want SCS and thank you on the same line, then here I will write print. Here I will write what?
Only print.
Yeah, don't feed. That is just try to print, don't put a new line. So now if I run this,
They will be in the same line.
will there be a space between SCS and thank you?
No, sir.
No. Okay. If I want a space, now,
Print ln.
no, I give a space.
Take a space, sir. SCS and a space and thank you.
Yeah, I give a space. Yeah, perfect. Okay. All
Oh,
good,
I
right?
got it.
We
Okay.
can put space.
Now let me raise the bar a bit. Okay. Now this should be interesting now. Okay. Now I want to display numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I want to display? I want to display numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is my use case? So do you all want this code?
Sir, I is equals to 1.
One second. I'll
Sir,
just share
print SOP I is equals to plus plus.
Let's check. I'll share this code with you all. Okay. I will share the code with you all. You all are in which group? SCS Java Live Project Training, right? Okay, so let me share this code. And now I've come back to. Oh, did I paste it over here? Okay, Shabana is doing parallel programming. Perfect, Shabana. Good one. So good. You all can do that. It will be very good. If you all can do parallel programming with me as a I code, if you code prompt. But my main focus will be that you understand the concept. Programming you can also do even by watching the video, which will be published on YouTube very soon. So if a concept is sound, then you can do the parallel programming. Okay, so now my question to you all is display numbers 1 to 5. Display numbers what? Is this invisible to you all?
Yes.
So what is my task now? Question.
1 to 5.
So from where will I, the structure will be same, right? I take a I, start with 1, go till 5. What will change? The task will change. Now my task is not to print SCS. Now what is my task?
No.
Print what?
I 1 is equals to.
If you realize which variable is having the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I.
So in the loop, I just don't print the I.
Yes, sir.
I just go and print the I in the loop. Getting it? Haru,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got it.
so now what is I?
I is equals to 1
So
here,
print 1. Then I becomes
2, then print 2.
So what I'm doing is, here I was outputting SCS. Here I'm outputting what?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm outputting I, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm outputting I. So I was 1, 1. I was 2, 2. Remember?
Yes,
So
sir.
this was like the subjects. So on the first iteration, we had English, then Hindi. The bag was same. So the bag can be thought of as a variable I. And these are your books were changing in every iteration. Getting it?
Yes.
Yes,
So in
sir.
the first iteration, I had book of 1 subject, then 2nd subject, then 3rd subject, then 4th subject, then 5th subject. Getting?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Getting it.
Okay. Now, if I raise the bar even higher, and I want the output to be SCS1, SCS2, SCS3, SCS4, SCS5. I want this output. Now tell me, mixture of both. So after SCS, I want to display the I, right?
Right.
So I will say display SCS, and after that concat what to it?
Outside.
Getting this?
Yes.
Who
Right,
got
sir.
this?
I
So
got it, sir.
if I run this code, it will display. Yes, no, maybe. All good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now if I want to display, okay, I have to parallelly keep on pasting the question, right? I have to parallelly keep on pasting the question so that you all benefit from it. I'll keep on dumping these questions on the chat. Okay. Okay. Now I want to display. Okay. Now I want to display SCS 5. Okay. Now I want to display SCS 1, SCS 3, SCS 5. So my I is incrementing by how much?
2.
So from here, what will I change?
Sir, 1 plus 2. I plus 2.
Getting it, guys?
Yes, sir.
Minus 1.
No.
Minus.
No. This is my use.
Oh, sorry, plus, right.
Farooq,
Yes, sir.
if I want to display this SCS 1, SCS 3, SCS 5, now
Just,
that's
sir,
two fields.
sir, you have already made the changes. I is plus
Yes.
2. Now
You
it
got this?
will just print the odd numbers.
Yeah. Okay, so when will the loop terminate? So now after 1, so can you do the dry run for me now? Can you do the dry run for me for this? Come on, let's see. Let's see which candidate is capable enough to help me with the dry run of this. As long as you understand the dry run, I am confident of that candidate, that candidate will not struggle in the corporate world.
Sir, I is equals to 1.
The one who is helping me with the dry run.
Sure,
so
sir.
This is my litmus test for you to understand the concept. So now tell me, you all have seen?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So who will do the dry run?
Sir, I
Who
will
is
try.
here?
I.
Who's the volunteer? Farooq is the volunteer?
Farooq.
Yeah, Farooq, tell me. So in the I column, what are we starting with?
Sir, I 1.
1. Now, what will
Sir.
you read the condition as?
Is 1 equals to or less than or equals to 5?
So true or false?
True.
So come inside.
Inside.
Do what?
Then 1.
What are we displaying inside?
So we are displaying SCS 1.
We are displaying SCS 1. Okay. So we are displaying. What is the output now?
So output SCS 1.
So output I'll put over here. Output will be SCS and with I. So SCS 1. Now next what? I becomes
Sure,
what?
sure. I become 3.
Perfect. Now what will you read?
Is 3 is less than or equals to 5?
True or false?
True.
Beautiful. Then
Inside, it will print SCS 3.
perfect. Next.
Then 5.
Perfect.
Is 5 is less than or equals to 5?
Beautiful. Then
True. Inside,
and next.
SCS 5.
Okay. Yeah, now this is the moment of truth. Now tell me.
Yes, sir. Then it will become 7.
Beautiful.
Is 7 is less than or equals to 5?
Perfect.
Condition is false.
And
It will go outside.
that is this will happen, right?
Right.
What is
Loop
then?
will stop and go outside.
Loop will stop and go outside. And your output will be SCS 1, 3, and 5. So let's try to run this. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay, now if I come over here and I display SCS I, what would be the output, Farooq?
SCS, if you want to print SCSI. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm saying print SCSI outside the loop also.
7.
So just follow this dry run, Farooq. Now when the loop terminated, you came out, but what was the value of I when you loop terminated?
7.
So what will it display?
Sir, SCS 7.
Perfect. That's all. Got it? Guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's take Ataullah. Ataullah, I want you to dry run me this, okay? Okay, let's give Shabnam a task. Then we'll come to Ataullah because this is something new. Shabnam, can you help me with this, please?
Shabana.
Umar is
Yes, sir.
Shabana, not Shabnam Umar.
Shabana. Ambiguous names. Yeah, I
So-
want you to print me this.
Okay.
And
SCS 5 and 2 and 3. Then we write here I is equal to 1 and I is less than equal to 5. And right now, niche system dot out dot
okay,
println
let's
system
start.
I
Yeah,
open
sorry,
that
I was just typing the
I-
question.
Okay.
Yeah, Shabana, not tell me. Let's start. Initialization from where?
I is equal to 1.
Is
Top side int I and I is
Yeah.
equal to 1.
Is it?
After
No, it's 5. I is equal to 5.
Ma'am, first see the question.
okay, sorry. Is the I is equal to 5 because it's a
Yes.
decrement process.
Yes.
Is the I equal to 5 and
Okay.
process is a I is greater than equal to
0.
1 minus 1.
Let it be 0. So automatically it will come down. Okay, you want to
Okay.
be minus 1. So, okay, let it be. Now,
And now in last the process I is equal to I minus 2.
is it 5 minus 2 is 5 minus 2 is 2?
I minus 2, sir.
No.
5 minus 2 is 2.
3.
So
3,
from
sir.
5,
3.
from 5,
It should
Shabana,
be
I want to
3.
declare 2, right?
I minus 3.
Shabana.
Okay. And minus
From
3,
5, I
right?
want to come to 2.
Yeah, I minus 3.
Make sense? So 5
Yes.
minus 3, 2. 2 minus
Yes.
3, will come to 1, 0 minus 1, correct?
Yes.
So let's, and afterwards also we are displaying it.
Yes.
So this will not be there. So now let's try to run this code. Correct, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now
Yes,
let's
sir.
give Ataullah a chance. Okay, let's give Amir a chance before that. What I want to first remove the tricky part from the tricky obstacles. Amir, can you tell me if I want to display this? Yes, Amir.
1, 4, 9. 1 second, sir. It's
I'll give you all a hint. They're perfect squares.
perfect squares.
Yeah, square of a number. This is a hint I'm giving you.
Perfect square.
Power
I-
raised to.
I is equal to 1 and I
Okay,
is
perfect. I equal to 1. That's okay. I buy that.
I is less than greater than equal to what is the last
Greater than or
one,
less
sir?
than? If you're starting with 1, it will be less or greater?
Greater. Less.
Less.
I is less than and equal.
Equal to?
26.
I
Yes.
square.
The last one.
26.
Now, see, this is 1 square, this is 2 square, this is 3 square, this is 4 square, this is 5 square. Correct.
25.
So we'll go till
5 square.
5, and what will be displayed?
I into I.
Got this?
Yes.
And you will increase by
I plus 1. Yes.
Who
I
got
plus
this?
3.
I plus 3.
Why?
Sir,
No, I plus
no,
1.
you're right,
Y
right,
plus
right,
1.
sir. Sorry, right. I plus 1 is
So
right.
this is 1 square.
Yes, sir.
This
2
is
square.
I
2
forgot.
square.
this is 3 square. This is 4
Yes.
square and this is 5 square.
Yes.
Start from 1, go till 5 and concatenate the square of I. So what is the value
Yes.
of I in the first iteration?
1.
What is 1
1
square?
into 1 into 1, 1. Yes, sir.
The next iteration, what is the value of I?
2. 2
What is
into
2
2,
square?
4.
Next
4.
iteration, what is the value of I?
3. 3 into 3,
What is that?
9.
Then,
Yes. 4. 4 into 4, 16.
then next
And
equal
5.
to
5.
5 into 5. And the next 6, the loop will break. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
So think like programmers.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Am I not audible to anyone?
No, you're
Okay.
audible, but some noise is coming background.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You are
Noise is coming from other participant, I guess. There.
Might be.
Okay, now the noise is not there, right? It was
Yes,
from
sir. There is no
the other
distortion.
participant mic was on. Okay, got this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so all the difficult part is covered. Now let's give some easy part to Ataullah. Ataullah, I want you to display me this.
Sir, hello.
Yes.
Sir, can we print first 16, then 9? That's the.
Yes, anything. You think it, you can do it in programming. If you can visualize it, you can program it. Yes. Tell me now if I want this to be done, then we'll take your question. Okay. I'll park your question over here. Tell me, Ataullah,
Yes.
what is your question? What do you want to print?
SCS 5 to 1.
What do you want to print, Ataullah?
SCS 5 to
No,
SCS 1.
Someone was telling that, sir, can we print something
Sir, SCS 5 and SCS 1.
directly? That's all. This you want to print. Okay.
This
So
print,
let's take this now. So Ataullah, can you help me with the loop for this?
Yes.
Tell me.
I is equal to 5.
Perfect.
And, 5 is greater than or equal to 1.
Perfect. And only I, right?
SCS.
And now
I minus 1.
I minus 1. Perfect. Absolutely correct. Okay. Yes. Now coming to this question. Who can help us to print this question, guys?
Sir, me, Farooq. Sir, it's just the same program, but here at the bottom, I is equal to I minus 4.
Perfect. Absolutely correct. That's it. So once your core is strong, then I don't see any reason. Got it? 5 and 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I'll just give you a glimpse of what is a for loop. Here, this initialization is on which line? Initialization is done on which line?
I is equal to 5.
Line number
10.
10.
10. Condition on which line?
11.
Perfect. An increment on which line?
16.
14.
Sorry, 14.
This condition, right? And increment or decrement on which line?
14.
So this is occupying 3 lines, right?
Right.
If I can put them in one single line, that is for loop, as simple as that. So that's why I told you, if you invest your energy in understanding while, no, other things are just
Sir, 1 minute. Actually, one of the candidates.
yeah, Amit is mic.
So much distortion.
Amit, can you just mute your mic, please? There's a lot of there's background noise, some static at your end. Someone's mic is.
Take 9.
Ataullah. Yeah, now it's gone. Yeah, now it's gone. So now, so what is the initialization? So if I want
Sir,
if I want to go from 1 to 5, so while 1 less than equal to 5 and I plus 1, correct?
1, correct.
So now what is the initialization?
Sir, I is equals to 1.
Just copy
1.
that, paste it over here. Then what is the condition?
I is equals to or less than or equal to 5.
Copy that, paste it. What is the increment?
I is equals to I
Plus
plus 1.
Copy it, paste it. Last semicolon will not be there. And now whatever task is to be done by this loop, what is the task it is being done? It is doing.
Print SCS plus 1.
Okay. And I can now comment out everything. I can just comment out the while, or I can just delete it. Now, is there any while? Do you see any while?
No, sir.
What is the output of this program?
The same.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
Right.
Yes, one.
Getting it?
SCS 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is what for does. So if your while concept is clear, for is just a cakewalk.
Sir, I
Okay.
found 4 more easier
Yeah,
than
if
while.
you know the start and if you know the end, for is the ideal loop. But if I wanted you all to grasp while better, so that for would have been understood. Okay. So if someone has gone to college walking and he's been gifted a motorcycle, so he will take it as a blessing. So if you have gone through the pain of while and then you see for, then it is a blessing for you. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So first I wanted you all to go to the pain of while to understand the blessing what for loop brings. So now if I want to display SCS 1, 3 and 5, right?
Right, sir. Yes, sir. Condition changes.
That's all changes you have to make. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
So I hope you have understood this concept. We'll stop here for today. And tomorrow we'll do an extensive. Tomorrow we'll try to put your conditions in a loop. Okay.
Sure, sir.
So when I say SCS, I want to display SCS1, SCS2, SCS3. But when it comes to 4, I want to show Microsoft 4. I want to display SCS1, SCS2, SCS3. But when it comes to 4, I want to show Microsoft 4 and then SCS5. Now what to do?
Open your Excel.
I'll put if I equals to 4. Then what to do? What to display?
Microsoft.
Microsoft and I.
Yeah, perfect. Microsoft and I. Perfect. So I want to display Microsoft plus I. Okay. But then it will again go outside the loop. It will also display SCS. Now what to do? Once this part is done, the remaining part of the for should be skipped, right?
SCS.
Once it displays Microsoft,
1, 2, 3 and 4 be Microsoft 5. Yeah.
okay, who will dry run this for me? I is 1, right?
Right, sir.
Once you become so proficient, you will do dry run orally. I is 1, is 1 equal to 4?
No, it's not true.
So will it go in IL?
System.out.println CSS1. It's print a CSS1.
Then I becomes 2.
Right.
Then
The same,
Yes.
sir.
then I
The
become
same,
3.
it's
The
a
same
print
thing happens, sir.
continuously 3
It will
times
just-
CSS 1, 2, 3 and 4
What will
times
happen when
the
it becomes
Microsoft
4?
4 and CSS 4
Then-
also print.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Then it will write Microsoft.
CSS 4.
Sir, there will be no CSS 4 here.
Yes, there will be. Because I've given if
Yes,
once the
it's
condition is true, do this and then do this also.
yes, of course.
So at 4, I want to only display Microsoft.
Right, sir.
At 1, I want to display SCS. At 2, I want to display SCS. At 3, SCS. At 4, Microsoft. At 5, SCS. Then, so now what is the value of I in the first iteration?
1.
So will it go in if?
No.
So I'll put a else over here then. What I'll do?
Else. Now it
put a
will.
else. So will it go in if or will it go in else?
Okay. Got
Will it go in if or will it go in else?
Sir, it will only go else when I is equal
Else.
to 4.
So when it is 1, it is else. When it is 2,
Else.
when it
Else,
is 3,
else,
Or if.
it is 4,
if,
and 5.
else.
Else.
Perfect. That's all. This is the bit we have to play around. Got it?
Yes,
I
sir.
think Umar, so if you could send, if you could go on mute, Ataullah. So if you could send these kind of tasks, whole day they have time, right? So they can just practice.
Okay, but I'll share such tasks with them. They'll be occupied for today. Maybe I'll
Correct.
share a video of mine also of loops, so they can go through that also.
Yeah.
And some small task I will share.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, guys, then it's too late for Farooq, I guess. He's been awake. So we'll meet tomorrow, same time, 9 a.m. And we'll
Yes.
continue with the loop, and we'll try to experiment with the loops and putting if, else, switch all inside the loop. Okay. And then if
Perfect.
time permits, we'll do a demo of for loop also, for each of them.
Well, in scanner, S is equal to no new. In
Taullah?
our previous videos, you said that we will be covering up LHS is equal to RHS for a scanner while learning this loop section.
So we should continue. You want me to revisit the LHS equal to RHS?
Actually, in our previous videos, you said that we will cover LHS is equal to RHS in our loop section. We will be learning loop.
Yeah, so yeah. See, when in loop, no, this is what I mean by LHS equal to RHS. Here. Ataullah, good question. Very good. I want guys to be alert like him. See, this. Now, what is this? This is RHS, right?
Yes.
So it will evaluate this and store it in the LHS. And then we can do programming also later on. It's inside this. Okay. So if I want to display, let's say the sum of all the 5 numbers. What is the sum of first 5 numbers? What is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5? 15, right?
Yes.
So if I want to display the sum of first 5 numbers, so I run a loop till the first 5 numbers. I take a variable called as sum, initialized to 0, and then we can keep on adding the I to it. Okay, so this will cover tomorrow. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll do that. So put it in your parking lot. Whatever you feel that this was promised will be delivered, you put it in your parking lot. Okay, and then once it is delivered, then you can remove it from the parking lot. So you can park it for time being. Maybe tomorrow we should do this task.
Yes, sir.
Okay then. Bye guys. Take care. This video will be uploaded soon, so you can practice it.
Sure, sir.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.